This school is the most haunted school in our country. Imagine going to a school every day to study, thinking that today I'll go to school and have fun with my friends, laugh and joke around. But at that time, you won't even realize who's following you from behind or who suddenly appears in front of your eyes. You won't know anything because you don't know the history of that school. In this video, I'm going to tell you about this school, which is the most haunted school in our entire country. Its name is the Victoria Boys School of Dow Hill. It is situated in Sichuan. This school was built during 1979, which means it's almost 150 years old now. But let me tell you an interesting thing about this school. Going there at midnight is restricted. You can't go there legally because in the past 150 years, so many incidents have happened in this school at midnight. Due to these incidents, the trustees and staff members decided that no one should go there at midnight because it's not safe for us. And even a person's life could be in danger. And why, you will know now. This video starts with the story in 2001, when a watchman named Prithvi came to work in this school. He was only there for a month. His job was to make sure no one entered the school after it closed. He used to do his rounds after school, ended to check if everything was okay. He checked all the classrooms and bathrooms to make sure everything was fine. One day, while doing his rounds, he heard a child crying from one of the classrooms. So he went there and saw that the fan was on. He turned it off and immediately heard a child laughing from behind. He thought maybe a child was left behind or something was wrong. He followed the laughter to the second floor. Then he saw a child walking towards the second floor. Prithvi shouted if anyone was there, but the child kept walking. Then when Prithvi reached the second floor, he saw another watchman standing there. They started laughing and joking. Then Prithvi remembered that a child was upstairs and thought he couldn't leave a child alone at midnight. He ran back to the college and forgot about it. It was around 11 p.m. He remembered a child upstairs who might be alone. He also felt afraid that if the staff members found out, he might lose his job. So, afraid, Prithvi ran back to the college and went inside, shouting that if anyone was there, he would help them. He searched all around, but found no one. He checked the ground floor, first floor, but found no one. Then in fear, he shouted for anyone needing help. He wandered around but found no one. Then he remembered he was late and returned to his cabin. He said maybe the child can only be on the second floor and nowhere else. It's only on the second floor where I'll find that child. Finally, he reached the second floor. When he reached the second floor, he didn't hear crying. He heard laughing. Someone else felt like, I think someone is playing a prank on me. Even though a lot had happened, he still subconsciously felt that this couldn't be happening. How can a child go missing here? There must be someone around. I know someone is feeling my presence. I'm not alone here. I feel this way because all the classrooms on the second floor were checked. No one was found. Only one place remained on the second floor, the boys' toilet. He said maybe he'll be there. He went inside but found no one. No one opened the door. He checked everywhere, no one was there. Then he said maybe the child ran away or someone is playing a prank on me. I leave from here. As soon as he came out of the boys' toilet, right in front of his eyes was a young boy standing. His neck was missing, blood was dripping from his neck, but still he heard laughter. Somehow, after seeing all this, he fainted. And right there, the next morning, Prithvi's eyes opened. It was the children's holiday. So no one was in the school at that time. He got up and ran out straight to the watchman who had become his friend. He went there and told him everything properly. When he reached home, the watchman laughed and said, Hey brother, who told you to go inside at midnight? Don't you know it's restricted to go inside at midnight? It's banned. You can't go inside no matter what. Whatever happens, you shouldn't go inside. He told the same thing in school. Why? But what's inside? He asked. What you saw inside is exactly what's inside. Then the watchman told Prithvi the whole story, how all these things happened, who the boy was in reality. The watchman began to tell that in the year 1925, a little boy used to study here. He was only a few years old. His name was Atish and his parents were big businessmen, and the area where they lived there were local goons. There was nothing good happening with them. There were a lot of problems. A lot of tension among those people, and those goons knew very well that Atish was studying in this school. If anything happened, the businessman's biggest weak point would be this school. Then one day, those goons tricked and came inside the school. They entered the school by trickery and cut Atish's throat. After cutting Atish's throat, they hid his body in the boys' toilet and took his neck with them and left it in front of the businessman's house. And since then, the story goes that Atish, who was a few years old, his souls wander here. His soul is alone wandering in this school. The soul that is alone is wandering here. He wanders here and is seen every year. Every year. Everyone has seen this thing, that how the watchmen change all the time. The one who drinks keeps changing. And anyone who has to stay here after 6 in the evening only stays for a month. And after a month, he leaves the job and runs away from here. And Prithvi did the same thing. He did the same thing. He collected all his belongings after collecting them, and he ran away from school. Even the students who study in school, guys, they also say that we don't know how this school's corridor is haunted. I mean, the corridor that is haunted, the corridor from there someone's crying is heard, that someone is buried in school. No one properly tells what's inside the school. It's only in some internet articles that it's said. Look, I put some internet articles in front of you right now. Everywhere the same things are said, that Dow Hill School, the Victoria Boys School, is very haunted. So today, at the end of this video, I just want to say that this Dow Hill School, the Victoria Boys School, is very dangerous, according to many internet articles. And if I also want to give my point of view, I will also tell you that if any school has such a dangerous history and such a dangerous history, then something or the other must be there. Otherwise, so many people wouldn't leave their jobs by leaving after putting a ban here that no one can go inside at midnight. They should remove it completely. Because keeping it for the whole day is fine. Because the souls that are there in any area where souls reside, there is neither day nor night. There will always be danger there. Going there in the morning will be as dangerous as going there at midnight. It's really very haunted. Why? The locals around here are also afraid to go near it. They have also heard crying from inside. It is really very haunted. That's why this school is called the most haunted school in our entire country, the Victoria Boys School. Thank you.